Hello, welcome to Recon Paint Gaming. I'm Patrick,
I'm Padre.
and today we are unboxing Level 20, a chaotic game of
Oh,
mischief and survival.
oh,
Now,
oh, oh.
this is good. 20 to 30 minutes, very quick game.
Like it?
Rules are easy. 2 to 6 kobolds, not players, kobolds. And ages 10 to plus. I don't know if I'm going to agree with this because I'm going to try to get my 6-year-old to play this game with me to see if she can understand it. Because
Are
I
you
think,
really sure you want to get your daughter to play with you?
oh, absolutely. With this
She'll
game,
just beat you. She'll just beat you.
no. This is kind of like a team game, really.
Even better.
So
Even better then.
here you go, nice little rule book. And Robert always asks, so we're going to start with that. Guess how many pages it is, Robert?
Uh,
Guess how many?
16.
It
16.
is 15 pages, a 15-page rulebook. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Okay, so we've got some tokens to discuss here. We've got what looks like some rotten fish heads, which is spoiled food.
Okay.
We've got some green slime, which is actually moss. We've got some trash or junk. We've got some. I really do like these tokens. Basically, they look demonic, but they are called ferocity tokens.
Okay.
We've got these tokens here, which it's not the player's health in this game; it's actually their pride. Because we're gonna go over why it's pride and not health. We've got some amazing kobold art here. We've got the guy in the black cloak, green with a crossbow, the blue magician. It looks like little feisty guy. And then these ones, I'm trying to see which tokens these are right here. These are the hidden tokens. So it's kind of I'll try to look at it real quick. It's a kobold
Kind of
like
tucked in there.
hidden, yeah, he's like hidden in some rocks. All right. That is player one. However, that's not us. That is basically the game's player one. We are actually the players. But these things are trying to hunt you down. It's a character that we'll go over in a little bit, but there it is. There's more. And there's a back to the character that's shaded, which is going to be very important when we go over the rules real quick. All right. And
Okay.
then there's your first player token. You pass that around as the game goes. Okay. Now, here's the wow factor. This is as big as it gets.
That's the game board.
That's the game board. It's about 8 by 8. So
Dude, that is absolutely fantastic.
this where did you just go on vacation, Robert, to where this would be like a perfect game to bring with you?
Uh, Disney World.
There you go.
And I will admit that I brought games to Disney World to play.
Yeah, so this is extremely small.
At that
Perfect
size, you can
size. Yeah,
bring that anywhere.
you can bring it anywhere. Again, nice touch. Little extra baggies for you guys to store all your little pieces that you're going to be popping out and stuff like that. Different colored little holders for your guys.
For the standees.
And then your cards. Ooh,
Okay, we have cards.
yep. So here you go. We love to see these nice little descriptions. So it's basically telling you what each little item does.
Oh, and it even refers to the pages to where to look.
Right? Right? All right.
Nice.
How does this word go, Robert?
Stalactite.
Stalactite. We got spoiled food. We got moss and a rock tunnel. And on the other side, it goes over the kobold turn, the fighter and how it activates, and then the first player token rotates. Because each time the everybody's done, the next
Right.
player in the line gets to go first this time, which that's going to be a biggie. We'll go over that. All right. So here's a close-up picture of the what's that word again, Robert?
Stalactite.
Stalactite. I can't say it.
If you turn it upside down, it's stalagmite.
It is. We got your moss cards. You get, oh geez, looks like
It grows on you
oh god,
a lot.
it does. We've got our rock tunnel card. Look at this. There's no text on it. It's just simple, easy to follow cards. And then of course my favorite, the spoiled food, which looks like fish heads. What are those, stuffed tomatoes? I think no, there's just rotten tomatoes. Sorry.
Rotten tomatoes and fish heads.
I swear I was like, oh, those are stuffed tomatoes. No, that's rot.
Yeah, yeah.
And some moldy cheese and some moldy bread. Oh God.
And thou. What
And
else
thou.
could what more could you want?
All right, so that's it for cards. Like that's I mean, so far I'm super impressed because really I don't have to read, which is great. I mean, I don't think kobolds know how to read anyways, so we're good. Okay. There's your game board. Goes over the introduction. Now this is where it gets funny. You are minding your own business with some of your best friends, enjoying the leftover scraps buried in the filth of your cave, when you hear a human curse as they knock some rocks free. Uh, and then it goes over to tell you that basically the players, there's 1 to 2, so these tokens right here are level 19 characters, and they're looking to reach level 20. And in order to do that, you got to kill some kobolds.
Oh, jeez.
So here's your fighters. You've got your junk tokens, which is just piles of junk in your den where kobolds can find treasure and delay the fighter for last minute escapes. And the different tokens have artwork, but they're all the same, it says. You've got 20 obstacle tokens. We'll go over those real quick as well. 28 kobold treasure cards, 18 ferocity tokens, and 6 hidden tokens. All right, so the pride tokens. This is hilarious. There's no way that a group of kobolds could possibly do enough damage to a 19th level character. So they're telling you can't kill these guys.
Okay.
But a fighter who has reached this level of experience has a certain amount of pride. If they lose their pride, they become too embarrassed and will flee seeking easier prey to earn their last experience.
Love it.
Oh, I haven't even played this game and I'm already enjoying it. All right. Important notes. So it is for 2 to 3 players, but there are a few changes to 4 to 6 players. So keep that in mind when you're playing because it does go up in difficulty the more players you have. So I mean, there it is. There's your setup right here. It's got all this little. I think it. Let me look at the map real quick. I believe it marks them. Oh, it doesn't mark them on the map, but it shows you how to design them basically in a grid format. You place
Okay.
all the obstacle tokens down to the garbage piles, and it tells you where to set up the heroes, and also where you get to start as your little kobold goes. There we go. Your objective. So the game ends when only 1 kobold remains. So I'm sorry, a lot of you are going to die. At this point, the fighter has received enough experience to hit level 20 and has no interest in wasting more time with vermin. The fighter leaves to begin their quest. The player who is not slain wins the game until another fighter fights the den. So
Okay.
you're working together, but you're really not because you just want to be the last one alive.
You want to be the last one standing.
Of course, the game could end if one of the kobolds makes the fighter run away. If the fighter loses their final pride token, they have had enough and curse the kobolds, and then they leave.
And then
uh,
we go have some fish heads.
and then you have some fish heads and loot the bodies. All right. Rounds, we already went over that. The kobold's turn. You get a chance to basically move and set some traps, which is the spoiled food, the moss, and the what's that word again?
Stalactites.
Stalactite. I'm gonna keep asking you to announce it for me. But yeah, real quick, what these tokens do. The junk tokens basically you can try to look inside the pile of junk to see if there's anything that can help you against these knights. So basically, you look through the pile of junk and find very odd things like spoiled food. Ferocity tokens. A player can spend any number of ferocity tokens on their turn. Uh, there are 2 possibilities for that. You gain movement, so add to your normal movement, or you can use it to take cover so that the knight can't see you, which is very good if they can't see you because, like I said, however they're facing. So it's basically like, I can see you if I'm facing a specific way, and that's who I'm going after.
Okay.
So if all of a sudden you're hidden between you and the knight and another kobold behind you, he's going to go after the kobold behind you because he can't see you. And that's exactly what he does to target it. And it goes over examples on like stuff like that because the knight has to rotate before it can move in a certain direction, and
Okay.
that uses part of its movement or actions basically. Fighters must walk forward or diagonally forward. They cannot walk sideways. So keep that in mind when you're trying to run from these things. And you get 4 movement points as a fighter. So you need to reach the kobold. They will do so before taking any steps. Each 90-degree turn requires 1 movement point. So if it's got to rotate 180 degrees because it doesn't have any kobolds in front of it, that's 2
2.
movements, yeah, that it just spent. And then first player token rotates. So at the end of every round after the fighter moves, the first player token rotates 1 spot. So if you moved last, you're going to be moving first, which is great because then you can run away from the knights.
Right.
And you get rotated through. Yep, the fighter chooses a target. Basically, gives you a great example here. It has to basically turn, move diagonal, move and move to get to the kobold. This one's just a straight shot. So you have to actually count out how many steps it's going to take for it to get to that kobold, and then just rip it to pieces. And it gives you some more examples here, because I know people are going to say like, "Oh, what if they're equally distant?" And it gives you examples on what you need to do when that situation comes up. All right, treasure cards. So what's that word again, Robert?
I forget.
Stalactite.
Stalactite.
Stalactite. Playing this card. Basically, it's like setting, something that falls from the ceiling. So you put the token down. If the knight moves through that spot, it, lands on his head and it loses a pride token because he's like, dang it, I got hit by a stupid freaking fallen thing. Same thing with the spoiled food. You can put that in, or, you can drop it and then move, or you can leave it in a spot to where the knight might be moving through. Because again, you kind of know which way the knight's going to go, depending on where everyone sits. So you can try and stall them up. But this one, the player places it. This has no effect on kobolds, but if a fighter enters the space containing spoiled food, their turn immediately ends and they lose a pride token. Not only that, but they only have 2 movement points on their next turn. So for some reason, they decided to pick up a fish head and eat it, and that's how they decided to end their turn.
So what you're telling me is they get gastrointestinal
Yeah,
difficulties and have to
exactly.
take a rest.
But this is my favorite because this is basically like out of like Looney Tunes. This is Moss. Basically, when a knight goes through it, he slips forward 2 spaces, and
Okay.
you can trigger it to where he hits multiple in a turn, so he can like slip. And if he runs into a wall, or if he runs into another trap card, basically, uh, it trigger. He suffers all the effects of those things. So Moss is my favorite. They even give the example like it just goes whoop whoop, and then he can crash into a wall, and then that's embarrassing. So that can make him lose some pride. Um, yeah, I know. The Rock Tunnel. This is the only card that the Kobold can play when it isn't their turn. Uh, Basically, they immediately move 1 space in any direction except the space the fighter moved from. So you can't move back to it because basically that means the knight's turned and it's not going to be able to see you. Doing so avoids getting caught by the fighter. Not only that, but the fighter loses any remaining movement points as they search around for the kobold. So that's an excellent card. And then there it gives you examples of how you place a rock tunnel. So that is basically it. This is a very easy game, a quick game to where you and your
30-minute
buddies.
game.
I mean,
I love it.
this is amazing because it's kind of like Munchkins, to where you're fighting the knight and you're backstabbing your friends to see if
Well,
they
I
can get eaten, but you're also trying to work together.
I like this. Don't get me wrong. I like a 3-hour game. I like a 2-hour game. I like a 1-hour game. But sometimes it's fun to get 3 20-minute games in.
Yeah, especially
And
since you might not do well the first time you play, and you're gonna have to
mhm,
play again, which is great. So,
yeah,
I mean, there you are. I think this is going to be a fun game. We're definitely going to stream playing
yeah,
this. I can't wait to play this against you and Andy. But there it is, level 20 Pathfinder by Gale Force 9.
it's gonna be good.
All right. So again, you buy it, can easily fit on your shelf, and there you go. Play it as many times as you want. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below if you're excited for it as well, and have a good one.
See ya.
Later.